This is the Isinwheel Mini electric bike. My first reaction was simple. It looks compact, clean, and ready for daily use without a lot of fuss. I wanted an e-bike that works for city rides, fits in small spaces, and doesn't need a toolbox every weekend. I also wanted something an adult can use comfortably, but that a teen in the family could handle. From my experience, this one checks those boxes. The step-through frame makes getting on and off easy when I'm wearing a backpack or juggling groceries. The frame feels solid without being a tank, so carrying it a short distance or up a few stairs doesn't feel like a chore. What sold me early was how fast it folds. The handlebar folds, the pedals flip in, and the seat height adjusts in seconds, so it slips into a car trunk or under a desk. I've lived in places where storage is tight, and this kind of folding setup matters more than I realized. Key features that stood out to me are the 14-inch wheels, the tucked-away removable battery, and the 500W motor with smart assist. Smaller wheels keep the bike compact and quick to turn, which I like for crowded streets and bike paths. The battery sits inside the frame, so it's protected from rain and prying eyes. I pull it out, bring it inside, and it goes from near empty to full in about 3 to 4 hours. In my experience, with pedal assist set to a middle level, I've been getting around 25 miles on a charge, which easily covers errands, a commute, and a quick side trip without babysitting the battery. The motor deserves credit. I doubted 500W would be enough for the short but steep hills near me, but the adaptive power kick is smooth and predictable. When I hit an incline, it adds just enough push without lurching. On a 15-degree climb, it kept pace without me standing on the pedals or losing rhythm. Top speed hits around 20 mph, which feels right for city streets. Quick enough to keep up with the flow, not so fast that it feels sketchy. If you're new to e-bikes, here's the simple breakdown of the modes. Pure electric means the motor does the work and you can cruise without pedaling. Pedal assist gives you a boost while you pedal, which saves your legs on hills or longer rides. Normal bike mode turns the motor off so it rides like a regular bike if you want the workout. The display is bright and easy to read in daylight. I can glance down, see my speed, battery level, and assist level and keep moving. The brakes are legit double disc, and they bite evenly without grabbing. I put a lot of value on lights for early mornings and late evenings. The headlight and tail light make me feel seen, which matters more than any fancy spec on paper. Comfort surprised me. The wide seat looks a little plush, and I expected it to feel awkward, but it's actually supportive. After a week of commuting, I wasn't shifting around trying to find a sweet spot. The 14-inch tires are fat for this size, and they take the sting out of rough patches. Just a heads up, the bike uses a rigid setup, which means there aren't big shock absorbers. Over potholes or cobblestones, the ride can feel firm. On normal streets and smooth paths, it's totally fine. Assembly took me about 40 minutes at an easy pace. The instructions were clear, and the folding hinge felt secure right away, which calmed my worry about snapping something the first time I locked it down. The frame is sturdy, so the bike weighs more than super ultralight folders, but not enough to turn daily use into a burden. It supports up to 264 pounds, and I never felt like I was pushing the limit. I added a basket, and it's actually useful. My backpack, a small grocery run, even a basketball, no problem. Some extras like fenders or a rear rack may cost more, so budget for that if you need them. The drivetrain is a single-speed belt. If you're new to that, a belt replaces the greasy metal chain with a tough, quiet band. It doesn't need oil and it stays clean. I barely think about maintenance, and I like how silent it runs in traffic. The simplicity fits the whole idea of this bike. Unfold, ride, fold, done. In my opinion, the Mini hits a sweet spot between portability and real power. It's perfect for daily city rides, students heading to class, or anyone who wants an e-bike that doesn't swallow the hallway at home. The speed is sensible, the hill support is better than I expected, and the battery life is honest. If you're like me and sometimes forget to plug things in overnight, the short charging time is a relief. I did notice that very long daily rides might stretch the single battery, so if your commute is extra long, consider a spare. From my experience, safety and ease are the strong points. The brakes inspire confidence, the lights do their job, and the display keeps the basics front and center. The bike doesn't try to be a motorcycle. It's a capable compact ride that blends into everyday life and doesn't demand special treatment. I'd recommend this for commuters who want something reliable and easy to stash, teens who are tall enough to fit it and are learning to ride responsibly, and bigger riders who want a sturdy frame without a bulky design. Check your local rules on e-bike use and speed limits, especially for younger riders, but as a daily tool, this one feels dialed in. In conclusion, the Isinwheel mini electric bike delivers what matters: a foldable frame that actually saves space, a motor that makes hills manageable, a battery that charges quickly and goes the distance for typical days, and a quiet belt drive that keeps maintenance low. It doesn't try to show off. It just works, which is exactly what I wanted out of a small e-bike. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the Isinwheel mini electric bike. Thank you for watching.